And now we come to thinking hats. This is an idea that was developed by a well-known lateral thinker whose name is Edward de Bono, and the reference will come up at the end of this session. So the idea is that the concept of 6 thinking hats is quite simple. It's a process of thinking, or a technique which is enabling people to think in a different kind of way, which leads to them becoming productive or focused or more mindfully involved in a particular conversation. Particularly useful in a coaching and mentoring situation, but it could be used in other situations like meetings and workshops and learning and development activities. And basically, it's this idea of asking the question of what hat are you wearing at any one moment in time? You've probably heard that popular expression. So by wearing and switching hats, you might be able to enable your client to think differently and redirect their thoughts that they might be having within the conversation. So you're asking them, by using the symbol of a hat, to think in a different kind of way. So step 1, explain the idea of the 6 thinking hats as follows. A white hat is a thinking style about facts and information. It's a very logical and objective way of thinking about something. The yellow hat is a thinking style that's optimistic, it's positive, it looks for the benefit in things, it tries to be constructive. The black hat is the judgmental hat. It's kind of the devil's advocate. It's looking for problems, it's looking for difficulties, dangers, what might go wrong. It's that kind of thinking, and of course that can be very useful sometimes. The red hat is about emotions. It's about people's feelings and hunches, their intuition. It's about what they like, what they don't like. It's about what they favour, what they disfavour. It's an emotional state. What winds them up? What makes them calm? The green hat is about creativity. It's about seeking out possibilities and alternatives and new ideas. It's the creative hat. And the blue hat is about the thinking process itself. It's like a control mechanism for the other hats. So this could be what the coach or the mentors use. This could be the coach's or mentor's hat. And you would use it to make sure that the thinking hats guidelines are used and employed to their full. So as the coach or the mentor, you'll be the blue hat wearer, and you'll be asking your client to think in terms of white hat, yellow hat, green hat, black hat, red hat. So in your discussion, ask your client to think about the issue with a particular hat on. So you would say, for example, with your white hat on, with your logical objective hat on, how do you view this situation? Or you could say, with your red hat on, how do you view this situation in terms of your emotions? It's a way of exploring these things. It can enable new insights, it can be very creative, and it can ask them, by asking them to think about different situations in a different kind of way, with different coloured hats on as a symbol to represent that, can throw up some new ideas, new insights, and can be very creative indeed. Worth a try. And so in summary, the mentor puts on the blue hat because it's the blue hat which provides the balanced thought about everything. So in this case, using the SWOTS, the mentor holds the balance and asks the questions. The mentor asks the mentee how they feel about this particular issue raised by the SWOTS wearing the white hat. The white hat being the logical hat, the balanced thinking, information, facts hat. Or, as mentor, with your blue hat on, you might ask what it's like for the mentee to wear the yellow hat, the optimistic, the positive, the looking for the bright side of things. Or as mentor, invite your mentee to wear the black hat, the devil's advocate, spots what's wrong, what might go wrong, what might be difficult, in this current situation? As a mentor with your blue hat, ask your client what it's like to wear the red hat. How do they feel about this? What's their emotional state? And as the mentor, ask them to be creative in their thoughts, particularly on the last S part, the strategies part of the SWOTS. It's taking all the information that the S gives them, the W gives them, the O gives them, and the T gives them, and develop that into a strategy for action. And they need their green hat to be able to do that. Keep your blue hat on, and let's hope a great strategy is developed. The references used for this session are on your screen now. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll see you again sometime.